Jai Shri Radhe. Sab Vaishnavan ko Sadar Sadenya, Supreme Jai Shri Krishna. Continuing with the reading of the biographies of the 252 Vaishnava disciples of Sri Gosaiji. Today is day 164 and Varta 148, the story of one husband and wife, Kanojia Brahmins from Agra, Bhav Prakash. These are devotees of Sattvic disposition. In the eternal Leela, the husband's name is Mridubhashini and the wife's name is Komalangi. They are in the Shruti Rupa group of gopis. They manifest from Kamala and are thus forms of her divine loving sentiment. Part 1. These two were great and devout devotees of a goddess, whose direct contact they experienced. One day Chacha Harivamsji came to Agra, but he arrived quite late at night. And he thought to himself, if we go to any Vaishnava's house now, they will insist on cooking for us and feeding us. It is late, and it will be troublesome for them. Therefore we will wait until tomorrow. Tonight we will find a resting place on a platform under some tree and sleep there. There was a well nearby, and Chachaji asked the 4 Vaishnavas who were accompanying him to pull up some water for them to bathe so that they could partake of Mahaprasad. 2 of the Vaishnavas pulled up the salty water from the well, and the other 2 fetched Yamunaji water from the river. Chachaji bathed, and so did the 4 Vaishnavas. Chachaji then shared out the little prasad that they had amongst them, all of them, and they had all walked from Mathura to Agra and so were very tired. They needed to sleep. The 4 Vaishnavas nodded off, but Chachaji stayed awake. The tree and the platform underneath it belonged to the Brahmin couple who were devotees of a goddess. They used to worship her in the middle of the night. They were praying to her when the goddess noted Chachaji and the other 4 Vaishnavas resting under that tree. It was the month of Jyesht and very hot weather. All 5 of them were worn out. Seeing them, the goddess pondered, today I will be able to perform some nice seva. These are all close disciples of Sri Gosaiji, and I should serve them in some way. She manifested herself into 4 more forms. To the 4 others she gave a fan and told them to sit and fan the Vaishnavas. I myself will serve Chacha Harivamsji. They all started to perform their service of fanning. Chachaji had foreseen this happening and was sleeping with his upper garment covering his face. The other 4 Vaishnavas were deep asleep and did not realize what was going on. As the breeze from the fans touched them, they went deeper and deeper to sleep. In this way, the goddess was serving Chachaji. The Brahmin couple had bathed and lit lamps and were singing the goddess's praises, but she did not appear to them as usual. The Brahmin was most distressed and fearful as he thought, the goddess is not pleased with me today. I must have caused some offence. Or what should I do now? The couple sat and sang the goddess's praises all night. Their minds were plagued by all sorts of thoughts. A short time before dawn, Chacha Harivamsji awoke. He saw the goddess fanning him. When she fell at his feet, Chachaji inquired of her, who are you? You have been fanning us all night? The goddess replied, I am a goddess. I have been wishing for many days to have the chance to serve Sri Gosaiji. However, I am not qualified to be granted the direct seva of Sri Gosaiji, so where could I get to serve him? The demigods are not qualified to serve Sri Krishna. They can praise him and shower flowers upon him, but then they have to return to their own abodes. I similarly do not qualify for Sri Gosaiji's seva. Bhav Prakash. The story reveals that Sri Gosaiji's form is perfectly divine. He is the Supreme Lord, more beautiful than a billion love gods, and thus when the goddess came to earth she had the desire to serve him, but her wish was not fulfilled. Gopal Das has sung in his Vallabhakyan, even the goddess who live above the earth desire to serve the son of Vallabh. Such is Sri Gosaiji's form. Part 1 continued. The goddess continued to explain. Only those gods directly connected to Sri Krishna's divine pastimes are qualified to serve him. They manifest upon the earth at the same time as the Lord in order to serve him. I do not have that spiritual qualification. Therefore, I have had it in my mind for a long, long time that I should like to encounter some of his close associate Vaishnavas whom I could serve. Only then would my birth be worthwhile. Today my Lord has granted me my wish and allowed me to serve you. Hearing this, Chacha Harivamsji piped up. You are a goddess with powers. It is not appropriate for you to serve us. The world worships you. She again spoke up. Only those embodied souls who are affected by the Lord's deluding potency worship me. I grant them even more attachment to the material world, and they are captured by the 3 modes of material nature. They are always full of sadness. Bhav Prakash. I know that those who worship me have not yet been accepted by the Lord, so I throw them further into material attachment. Part 1 continued. Therefore today I am most fortunate in that I have had the sight of such accomplished Vaishnavas as yourself. and managed to perform some service for you. Chachaji replied, "You may now go." The goddess retracted the 4 forms into herself and went to the Brahmin couple. Chacha Harivamsji woke up the other 4 Vaishnavas and told them to get ready to depart quickly. Then Chachaji and the other 4 Vaishnavas arrived in Agra and went to Sant Das' house. Sant Das welcomed Chachaji with great respect and lovingly looked after them there. They all performed their ablutions, cleaned their teeth, and bathed, and then Chachaji began to cook. The goddess went to the Brahmin couple in the morning. When she arrived at their house, she saw that they had their ghee lamp still burning and were making a small fire sacrifice to her. They were singing her praises. When they saw the goddess arriving, the couple stood up. They prostrated before her and touched her feet. They supplicated, "O goddess, today you have arrived at this hour? What mistake have we made in your worship? Please tell us how we have offended you. Please forgive us and continue to grace us. Our minds are always on you day and night." Hearing these words, the goddess was very pleased with the Brahmin couple and said, "I know that you have great affection for me. You are not capable of making any offence towards me. I stayed all night at your platform under your tree." The couple ventured to inquire, "O Mother Goddess, why did you pass the whole night close to our door? Why did you not enter into our house?" The Devi replied, 5 of Sri Vitalnaji Sri Gosaiji's close disciples have come here from Mathura. They spent the night on the platform under the tree. I fanned them for the whole night. In the morning when they let me go, I came over here to your home. I was not free to come here before that. When the couple heard the goddess's words, they were most surprised. They said, "O Mother Goddess, we were under the impression that you are the most powerful in the world. Now you are telling us that you could only come here after serving the servants of Sri Vitalnaji. What is the reason for this? Are you pulling the wool over our eyes, or is this true? We cannot understand your reasoning. We are your servants. We know none other than you. We have always believed whatever you have told us. Now please, Mother Goddess, tell the truth." The goddess was happy to hear their words and address them. "O Brahmins, I am telling you the absolute truth. I would not lie about such matters. Only souls lost in the illusory power of the material world would tell lies. I am not dependent on any embodied soul or creature in this world that I should tell an untruth. You are my faithful followers and serve me without any deception. This is why I am telling you all this. Now listen to what I have to say very carefully and with full faith." The husband and wife spoke up. "O Mother Goddess, we are listening carefully." The goddess said, "This age of struggle is the best of all ages, in that, in this age, Sri Acharyaji and Sri Gosaiji have appeared. Sri Acharyaji appeared to establish the path of grace. Sri Vitalnaji, his son, appeared to elaborate and spread this Pushti Marg. Both of them are the Supreme Lord himself. Sri Vitalnaji lives now in Gokul. I wish only to be the servant of his servants. However, I have not yet been able to attain that status. This is the absolute truth, and you must believe me." Hearing her words, the Brahmin couple gave them some thought and then asked again, "O Mother Goddess, if you will be pleased to let us take shelter in Sri Vitalnaji and become his disciples, then we will." Hearing this, the goddess said, "You are most fortunate even to have mentally wished for this. You live on this earth and therefore are eligible for that status. We are demigods and not eligible. Therefore he will not accept us into his fold. Please, very happily, do become his disciples." The Brahmin couple inquired, "How might we do this?" "Pray tell." The goddess told them, "Chachaji Harivamsji is Sri Gosaiji's close and faithful disciple. At present he is staying with Sant Das here in Agra. Go to him and take shelter. He will take you to Sri Gosaiji's feet." The couple bowed to the goddess and stood up. She disappeared from sight. The couple locked the door to their house and asked directions to Sant Das's house. So we are pausing this Vartaji today here. Aaj ke Anand ki jai ho. What a wonderful Vartaji. And Sab Vaishnavan ko Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Radhe Ji.